Huh, a good Star Wars game and no bugs? Ah, that's new. On top of that, a PvP arena battle game with balanced characters? This game is keeping on coming with more surprises, I have to say. It's like the developers have actually put some good work into this game, but at the same time, it has some issues, of course, that comes with the very obvious thing here. It's all free, it's free to play, it's on mobile and Android and iPhone, of course. And it's also on the Switch. I almost forgot to mention that, but it's on the Switch. I haven't played that version yet, but I'm gonna get around to that one soon enough. This video is not sponsored, believe me. That will become apparent later on, maybe. Anyway, I'm Swiftman92, and this is Star Wars Hunters, a mobile game or Switch game with a... Well, it's a PvP arena shooter, basically. It's nothing new that we haven't seen before, except it has Star Wars skins and Star Wars locations. And I can't believe that it is as good as it is, because I remember the announcement of it and my reaction was kind of, meh, maybe I'll play it, maybe I'll try it. It was mobile and with free play, and I was like, okay, I can try that. But it was also PvP. All of these three tags for me is not something you sell me on. You can't sell me on free-to-play, PvP and mobile. But I had some fun with this game. It's not the kind of game that I'm gonna go and play for an hour or so, but playing a few matches here and there, in the day, it's kind of fun. One match doesn't take too long to play, and we're gonna go into the modes, but I'm gonna talk about the visuals first here. And the game itself won't be winning any awards, but the visuals may be there, because the visuals and sound are just very, very good. Even on a small mobile device, the sound is very crisp and it's very Star Wars, I would say. My graphics are set to epic in the menu, I have to say, and medium, I think, for the in-game game when playing. So you can set the different settings for depending on where you're in the game or in the menu. So I like that. But I could perhaps increase the in-game without decreasing my performance too much, but I don't know. Upscale like the gameplay is on the screen now, like in the video, this video, it looks a little bit more jagged, but on the phone it looks very good, it looks smooth, and it looks very crisp. And the sound is very good for a mobile speaker, I would say. And I should also mention that I'm playing this with an 8-bit Do Pro controller, which is a much better way of playing than with the touch controls. I have the Nintendo layout button, just in case you're wondering. And playing it with the touch screen, no. I hate playing these kinds of third-person or first-person games on the phone with touchscreens. The character attacks automatically when you're aiming, so you don't have to press any button to attack. So that's the only good part, I think, with the touchscreen. But that also comes with the downside of actually having to it becomes a little bit more difficult to aim when the enemy is actually moving at the same time. But when they are in range, your character will attack automatically, and of course the left side of the screen is for moving character, right side for the camera. But the right side with the camera also have your abilities, so you can't really control the camera at the same time you're using abilities, which is the biggest downside of using just the touch controller or touch screen. And now with a controller, you don't necessarily need to release the camera stick, as you only have about 3 to 4 abilities. So these can be actually mapped individually to your controller shoulder buttons. Each character has to about 3 to 4 abilities. I've seen some with even 2 abilities. I don't know if I'm gonna be unlocking any new abilities, but well, that's where, well, 3 if you count the ultimate ability, of course. If you count only the basic abilities, then there are characters, at least one, that has only 2. Now, the abilities mapping is slightly different from each character. Some have abilities on A, some don't have abilities on A, some have on ZL, and some don't have on ZL, some have on R, some don't. I don't know why this is, but you can individually customize the character button layout. So one of your characters, one of your hero, hunters, whatever you want to call them, can have abilities on ZL, R, and A. Some might have them on completely different buttons. So that is a very good way they have doing it. The ultimate is always on the button X for me. On the touchscreen, I can't say for certain where it's located, but you see it on screen, I'm sure. But everything is very smooth and responsive when it comes to the controls, so I do really like that, both with controller and with the touchscreen. So in responsiveness, it doesn't really matter which one you choose, in my opinion. Oh, and I should mention that with the controller, you actually need to press down a attack button to actually attack. So there's that. Gameplay and progression is pretty standard for these types of games. As you level up your account, you gain access to new modes as well. So to start, you only have the battle where you fight. You kill each other, and the first one to reach a certain number wins. There's also stuff like events and ranked that gets unlocked by level progressing. And a lot of the character cosmetics and stickers and whatever else is in the game are also tied to your character level, along with some other things. There's nothing special here, so I'm just gonna skip to the other things. We have the all-out team brawl that I said. Everything is 4 versus 4 so far, the things I've played, and you take out a certain amount of enemies anyway. We also have control mode, which is basically like in Battlefront where you control different checkpoints, and the first team to score a certain amount of points by controlling the most amount of control points wins. There are 3 control points, and if you control all 3, it's gonna go up faster, your points. Another mode is a hold on to the thing kind of mode. I can't remember what it was called, but there's a thing that both teams compete for, and when you control it, when you hold it, don't let it go. Just don't let it go, because you get points for that. It's the opposite of hot potato, basically. First team scoring 100 wins. You score by holding on to the thing. Then we have ranked, which plays basically like casual, only that if you win you increase, well, if you lose you also increase slightly in rank, but a lot less, I believe. I don't know actually. I don't believe I've lost a ranked match. Maybe once. I think I got slightly less points, but I did increase in score anyway. And you go from bronzium 3 to 2 to 1 and then silver and so on and so forth. So ranked is pretty much like many other games, and each new rank comes with a few new rewards. There's skins, there's other cosmetics, and currency. Those are the most that I've played. I believe I have to have one more to unlock, at least in the casual mode. And I have to say I like them all. I like all of them. They are distinct enough that they require slightly different strategies from each team. Of course, staying in group is the best way, but maybe when you want to hold on to the thing, the opposite of hot potato, you might want to be in a group. And when you're in control, maybe you want to do in 2 groups, like 2 and 2. And when you are in all-out brawl, maybe you can go solo, depending on what kind of character you are. If you're a healer, you're gonna go with another character. If you're a damage dealer, maybe you can go a bit solo, depending on what kind of damage dealer you are. Now, the best thing about this is that the characters, all the characters I've played as and the characters that I've met, they all are very balanced. None of them feel like they are overpowered. I have never felt like I lost or won because my character or other characters are overpowered. And that goes for all the game modes. Now, of course, some characters excel better in certain situations than others, but I've never felt that I lost because of the enemy team had an OP character, as I said. So it all comes down to mostly the skill level and group compensation, or group dynamic, group team up. Some characters work better with others. Some compilations of characters will be stronger than others. I've never I never played a PvP that is so balanced as this is, but this could of course be totally thrown out of whack with new characters. The characters themselves are very standard. We have tank, damage, and support roles, and the different abilities between the characters are nothing new really. But the developers did nail the theme of the Star Wars universe here. Nothing feels out of character for the character you are playing as. For example, playing as the Wookiee, you're a tank, you regenerate health, you're a melee character, you throw a big boulder as your ultimate. I mean, yeah, I can certainly see a Wookiee doing that. It's a very Wookiee type of thing. If you're playing as a hunter, well, the standard Imara Vex, it was the one I started with. She has a rocket she shoots. Her passive is that she can see low health characters through walls. And I mean, it all fits. We also have another character who is a sniper, and he's one of those blind kind of species, and he uses the force to see, so he can use the force to see enemies through walls with one of his abilities. And it really nails the Star Wars universe in that regard, and I like that. They have really looked at the Star Wars universe and come up with ideas of how to implement this and that and make this look good. The same goes for the locations. They're all very Star Wars. I mean, they are from the Star Wars universe, so I mean, how can you fail? But I'm sure there are ways. I'm sure there are ways to fail. But all of the locations are from the movies, and there's nothing like a certain Star Wars scene. You're not gonna go into the cantina on Mos Eisley or something like that, but you will have, it's Tatooine, it's the Death Star, it's the Endor, and such maps. I haven't seen too many different maps so far. I'm looking forward to seeing more maps coming to the game. So that's something I'm a bit, not divided on, but I would like to see more maps. Now, all the characters are also different in they require a bit of different tactics with no matter what character you're playing as. If you're playing as two different damage dealers, well, one is better suited for long range and one is better for medium range. Some of the tanks are different because we have the Sentinel, who is a ranged tank, so he is better at certain different things than the Wookiee tank is. So I like the kind of balance they have here with the tanks, the supports, and the damage dealers in their respective role of a group. Because even if you have two tanks in the group, both the Wookiee and the Sentinel, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because they are both very good. They both have good crowd control, and they have both good damage. All characters have their own independent rank and level / fame as well, and each level unlocks something new, a cosmetic, a new ability, or ability rank at least. I believe I unlocked a new ability as well at one time, or you can also unlock a boost to an ability, like giving more health or more damage. So that would also mean that a player with more XP on a character does have a slight advantage against another player with the same character but lower level character. They would have different damage. And you can't buy character levels as far as I know, but you can buy characters. And hunter tokens is what you need for those. And you gain those by playing, and well, if you win, you gain more. But you can also buy crystals, which will allow you to buy the characters right away. Now, you do unlock the hunters in a fixed way. You can't choose which hunter to unlock with the hunter tokens. That is something I don't like. I would have liked to be able to choose which hunter to unlock. Because right now I'm at a support character and I don't want to unlock that support character. I would like to unlock something else. But I believe you can try at least all of the heroes except for the newer one who came with the season pass. More on that later. Now, I'm a level 9, I believe, and I've met players at level 50, so they would have a bigger advantage against me, but I've also won against them, so I don't think it's that bad, really. Now we'll get into the bad stuff, though. What about the microtransactions, you might ask? Well, would you believe me if I told you there wasn't any? Of course you wouldn't. That would be very naive. Believing there are no microtransactions here is very naive of you, and shame on you, I would say. Shame on you for calling yourself a player. Of course there are microtransactions, and I don't like it, but at least they aren't in your face that much. Each time I log in, I get one prompt. I believe I got one prompt after a match, but I believe I've only gotten it once. I don't know. But I don't think they're in my face that much with it, but yeah, they're still bad. They don't have a big neon sign around the shop button, but in the menus, I mean, but they are very high. The microtransactions themselves are simply cosmetic, which costs either real money or you buy crystals, and then you buy the bundle of cosmetic items. Might even include a hunter, maybe, depending on the bundle. But those are expensive. They, I believe it costs at least $10 to $12 for each hunter worth of crystals, and one hunter is 1,000 crystals. Some of these bundles costs $25 to $30, and that might not even include a hunter. Some of these bundles go for over 4,000 crystals, which is about $40 of crystals. So yeah, the bundles are expensive and they are wild. And we also have the usual store tactic that the cheapest in-game currency bundles are just below what is needed for one of the cheapest bundles. So if you're gonna buy the cheapest bundle of things, it's gonna be just above the cheapest bundle of crystals you can buy. So it's gonna be more... It's better to go for the second cheapest pack of crystals because it's more affordable in that way. So yeah, pretty basic. And some cosmetic bundles contain 1 or 2 costumes with maybe a weapon skin and a sticker. The price ranges from $10 to $30 on those too. And as I said, no hunter with that. I did find a simple lightsaber skin bundle with 2 lightsaber skins. Why 2? Who knows? I don't know why you would want 2 skins. I tend to not change skins that often, and even if I did, why? Why 2 skins? And the lightsaber skin, it's not like you're gonna notice them even. But either way, it contained 2 skins and a victory pose and a sticker. That cost $10. Other bundles are the same, but many bundles for the characters, most bundles actually, for character skins don't include the character. Right now there are 3 bundles that have the character and the skins. As for how much they cost, it varies. The season pass, well, it says 130 Swedish kroner rounds, and I think that's about $10 to $12 around there. And it's a basic season pass, basically, or battle pass, or what have you. It contains a bunch of rewards, most of them cosmetic, but you also gain access to the new hunter right away. The new hunter only comes with the battle pass. Only the battle pass. You can't get him outside of the battle pass, which I don't like, but you do gain a bit extra if you buy that hunter as opposed to the other hunters if you buy them for real money. But the other hunters you can also gain for free if you play. But I have to say, I've been on this support hero that I'm currently on for a long while now. I'm beginning to think that they've reduced the amount of hunter tokens I gain per each match. Or just the number just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. I don't know. It's ridiculous. If you're gonna gain all the hunters by just playing for free, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a long, long while. But all in all, I could say this. If you're the type of player who can resist the slippery slope of online microtransactions and all those shit, I can recommend this game if you like PvP as well. I mean, you have to like PvP battle, but there's no bots or anything. Only PvP. But if you like that kind and you can resist the microtransactions, sure, I can recommend this game. If it's a nice one. If you don't like Star Wars, maybe you can't get into it. But if you can't resist spending salary and life savings on microtransactions, then stay away from the game. Stay away from the game, because seriously, there's so much bundles, there's so many cosmetic things, there's so many useless cosmetic items, I would say. Stickers, victory poses, I mean, honestly, who cares? I bought one bundle, it cost me $1. I only bought that for the crystals, because the crystals contained in that bundle was about $5 worth, more than $5 actually. Well, worth being in quote marks. It's a digital thing. What's the worth, really? Anyway, if you can't resist spending all your money on this, this is not the game you're looking for. I've been Swift9, have a great life, and I hope to see you in future videos. Have you played this game? Have you liked it? Put it down in the comments. I mean, bye bye.